I think Egypt in general needs prayer because Egypt is going in a very difficult situation. I am Victor. I'm working here as a pastor for around 22 years. My main goal is to train young people to reach people around us. Aswan is the beginning really of the Nile for Egypt until Alexandria. And from here, the water go down because we are in a high place, in a mountain. So we know the Lord will bless this water of the Nile because it will go to each single village and homes.
So here it's one of the paintings. I was talking about restoration for take me back for the beginning, to restore the beauty of childhood and be free. ازيك يا أبرار? I have a long journey with God about how He wants to use my art for reaching people and healing people, and to make the art itself to be like reconciliation between people and God, to restore something in their hearts. When I came here, I found those two doors and I wanted to paint over them. And suddenly I was talking with God. I felt that God wanted to pass through the doors and knock it. And I felt, okay, God, it looks like I will paint over the doors as your spirit is passing through the doors of the houses and want to enter it. And we will see which people will open their doors. Yeah. So from here, the idea came that to paint on the doors. People, for me, doesn't need someone to preach them. They need for someone to live among them, to see from his eyes the world by a totally different way. And one of my neighbors, she treated her kids badly before, but when she saw me, how I treat her kids, I can feel how she began to change. She didn't raise her hand and she said, I want to learn, teach me how to do this, but she watched me. So she began to be changed. And I feel God is really speaking to who all are around here, who are living here in the island all the time. The issue that they didn't train their ears to hear and their eyes to see. It's like I'm trying to awake their senses, their eyes, their ears, their mouths. They can speak to God, they can hear it, they can see it in very simple things around you. So I'm trying to challenge them to speak to God. It's not a very big thing, it's just a very simple thing.
I think one of the things that struck me the most were here in this daycare for kids. We came here and it was founded by Mother Teresa herself, and now many different sisters from all over the world are working here. And it's really interesting because they told us, like, the kids here, they come from families in Garbage City, and they actually started this home because the parents used to take their kids on the street from when they're really little, and they would die because of like accidents, diseases and that stuff. So they started this home. We tend to say we know God best and we know how to serve and how to follow Him, but they have committed their whole life to Him in a way that I cannot imagine. And I want to learn from this, and I want to be like, yeah, God, I want to know You and I want to love You in the same way.
You know, the people here have a wall of defense. They are always afraid from Christianity. They know once they hear or accept, it will change their life. So if you go directly and speak to them, they will not listen. But through medical treatment, for example, when they trust you and trust the medical treatment and they experience God's touch, this is paves the way to their heart to listen. So God visiting them in miraculous way. For example, a family, I know a family, the father, the mother, the children, they have many visitation from Christ, and they were hiding from each other. And at one day, the father couldn't keep it anymore, and he said to his wife, I want to confess something. She said, also, I want to confess something to you. So they said, I see Isa, the Christ, in my dreams, and I can't help it. And he called me. He said to me, I am the Lord. So the whole family, when they confessed to each other, they submit to Christ and became Christian. Many stories like that, many stories. I think the most important point that attracts the attention of the Muslim or any background to Christ is the love, showing the real love of Christ, because no one misses this love. If he's touched with the love of Christ through us, he will make difference in his life. It doesn't matter how you show this love, through medicals, through whatever. But of course, you have to find a way, a frame to through you can show the love of Christ.
My opinion of the best way to reach people for Christ in this Muslim context is to build a relationship. Daily talks, visits, social work, medical work, language courses, children work, sports, music, all this kind, building and bridge of relationship. And we also want to love our Muslim neighbors. Love can do miracles. And this is what we believe when the church shows the light and the love of Jesus Christ. This can reduce a lot of problems and a lot of fights and teach them by our example. Even we are persecuted here, even we are struggling, but we show the love of Jesus Christ, which can change the people and change the situation. So we are praying the Lord will bless Egypt. As the Nile bless the country and give water, the Lord can bless the country and give the water of life, give salvation to each family.